Symone, just this morning, a Politico Morning Consult poll found that 46% of Democrats say it's important that Vice President Biden pick a vice presidential candidate of color. Now, Biden has promised to select a woman as his VP pick, but has not commented on whether or not that will be a black woman. Given the significance of this moment, the state of race relations, the need for him to unify and really turn out black voters in record numbers who really are responsible for the vice president being the candidate of the Democratic Party, is he aware of the growing calls for him to choose a black female vice presidential running mate?
I can tell you, Sonny, yes, he absolutely is. He hears the concerns of folks across this country who have asked for an African-American woman vice president running mate, but also folks from the Latino community have said he should pick a Latina. There are folks that believe he should pick someone that represents the LGBTQ plus community. But your points are well taken, and I will have to tell you that if you were to ask Joe Biden today, he would say he doesn't know who he's going to pick. But he can promise you that the person he will pick will be ready to govern on day one, will mirror the relationship he and President Obama had, and that could be a black woman, but we just don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Sonny, is it possible that you could be a candidate, Sonny Hostin?
I mean, now, Sonny, we're not discussing the vetting details.
That's right. I'm sorry. So, Symone, let's talk about your book, because I love this title. No, you shut up. It comes from the experience you've had while doing cable news TV shows, but tell everybody a little more about the book.
So yes, my new book, No, You Shut Up, Speaking Truth to Power and Reclaiming America, is all about folks using their voice in this moment. I tell the story about how someone told me to shut up on television. Ken Cuccinelli, who now works in the Trump administration. Yes, before people had their Cocoa Puffs that morning, he told me to shut up. But many of us have been given the proverbial shut up, whether it's in the office, in the boardroom, in the courtroom, in the classroom. And now is the time that we actually need to speak up and not shut up. Now, when I wrote this book, I didn't know we'd be in the midst of a global pandemic and unrest would be gripping the entire country. But I'd like to think I had a little foresight in knowing what the people might need this summer. And I talk in the book a lot about the concept of we. And in the preamble to the Constitution, we, the people, did not include any of us, actually, here on this program. The we was rich, old white men. It wasn't women. It wasn't people of color. It definitely wasn't bald black girls from Nebraska. So it's all about how we can expand the we. So I do a little political analysis. I tell some stories from when I worked on the campaign trail in 2016 and while I was a commentator on CNN. So I hope people enjoy it. But now is the time we all need to step up and use our voices.
And it's excellent.
Okay, we have another question for you before you go.
Fantastic book.
Thank you.
So one more question, Symone. During the 2016 election, you were Bernie Sanders' press secretary. We remember it well. And just last month, one of Bernie's top aides warned that a significant portion of his supporters are currently unsupportive and unenthusiastic about Biden. This is a problem. As somebody who's worked for both men, okay, how do you get Bernie supporters on board with Joe Biden? How do you get them to understand the severity of the situation?
Well, look, Joy, I think it's really about our campaign ensuring and being vocal and speaking directly to supporters of Senator Sanders and other former candidates in this race, saying that this is a place for them. And that's exactly what Vice President Biden has done. He's been authentic, but our campaign has done outreach with what I like to call meticulous surgical precision to our progressive friends, to young voters across this country, through our efforts through our League 46 program, which is our program mobilizing young people. But this is about us understanding that it's going to take all of us to get this job done in November. Look, I just encourage people to look at Senator Sanders. I vividly remember in 2016 when he endorsed Secretary Clinton, and I remember when he endorsed Vice President Biden this go round. It's not just an endorsement on paper. He is actively working because Bernie Sanders knows, just like Senator Harris, just like Senator Warren, just like Pete Buttigieg, that this moment, that Donald Trump is really our only opponent here, and this moment is is going to take all of us, and Joe Biden is our best chance to enact a bold progressive vision in this country. So I just, for folks that, listen to Bernie, Bernie has told you what he's going to do this November. I think that voters across the country have to make their own decisions. And if you look at what Vice President Biden is providing, I really think that if we can, it's proven and true that he is working to earn the votes of folks in this country, and he will be our best chance in November. Absolutely.
So thank you. Come back anytime, Symone, because you're just a good talker. We love what you have to say, and you're just a good woman. We like good women on this show.
Thank you, Whoopi. I love you. Thank you.
All right. Ditto.